Hi, I'm Dr. BeAtrice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. Years back, when I was living in San Diego with my mom and my kids, it was after church one Sunday, and we were going to the pharmacy to pick up my mom's prescription. This was back in the day when the doctor would actually hand you a prescription and you could take it to the pharmacy and have it filled. So I thought, well, I'll do it while we're here. When we get back home, we can just spend the day doing what we need to do. And so I went to this pharmacy, and sitting outside on the ground in front of it were two men who appeared to be without a home. And they were, you know, it was hot. It was a hot day, and, they were looking kind of rough. And they had a sign that said, "Why lie? We want a beer." So one of them said, "Ma'am, can you help us out?" And I said, "Well, yeah, how?" And they said, "Well, we'd like a beer." And I said, "Well, I'm happy to help you, but I don't drink and I don't really know I don't know what you would want. So why don't you come in with me and pick out what you want?" They were like looking at each other like, "What?" So they came in with me and they picked out the beer, and I got the beer and I got some water, and I told them to hydrate themselves, and I got some snacks for them. I rung it up and they were like, "This is amazing." And so one of them said, "Ma'am, are you just coming from church?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "You don't drink?" I said, "No." And they said, "Well, but why would you buy us beer?" I said, "You asked for beer." I'm like, "Did I mess up or something?" And they're like, "No." And I looked them in the eyes and I said, "Listen, there's a scripture in Proverbs that said strong drink is for those who are feel like they're ready to perish or have forgotten their dreams. They've lost hope. And you guys look like you've lost hope. And so it's for you." And as tears streamed down his face, you could see the tears streaming through the dirt on his face. And it was beautiful. It was like he received not only the gift, but he saw that he was loved, that God loved him, that somewhere in the scriptures he was thought of. Well, they thanked me, asked if they could hug me. We hugged and went on my way. My mom was like, "Who's that?" I said, "They wanted some beer." She said, "Oh, that's so good." And my mom was a recovering alcoholic, so she understood. The next Sunday, my family was out of town, and they had asked me my name. They asked me what church I went to. I told them all those things. And that afternoon, I got calls from people from church. And they said, "Two guys came to church. And when it came time to, stand and tell a little bit about yourself, and we asked them, how'd you find out about the church?" They said, "This lady BeAtrice bought me beer." They said, "Bought us beer. BeAtrice bought us beer." And so they said they knew it was me. Well, one guy actually kind of chastised me and said I shouldn't have done that, that it wasn't a good representation of the church, and it wasn't the right thing to do. And somebody else told me, what a blessing. Yeah. The two guys came back the following Sunday, and I was able to hug them again. And then one guy continued to come until he decided to go back to his family church, which was beautiful. And he started going to AA, and he sobered up, and his life changed for him. He didn't know what happened to the other guy. He said he was struggling, and they both had been struggling. All I know is I don't get to judge. I don't have to stand around and wonder how'd you get like this or what happened or whatever. I don't get to judge. I don't get to judge. But I'm telling you, my family, every time someone mentions beer, they say, BeAtrice bought us beer. I love you.